Hello everybody, this is vinnieart Mella, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing an ink job on this really cool Wolverine piece that I had sketched out. I kind of want to break down a little bit of this and a bit of my process. So I have posted up the pencils on this guy, so I figured let me do a time lapse to show you guys kind of my process of when I do digital inks. And I kind of wanted to get into the whole aspect of kind of showing you guys a bit of like drop shadow and again kind of quick line work. This isn't my typical type of piece that I would do, and let me explain. It's more like, again, this is more like a fan piece and kind of a quick study. This isn't like a final piece that I'm definitely going to be like doing something like truly awesome and epic with. This is just kind of like a warm-up sketch, but it's something that I wanted to kind of show my fans and people who support my artwork a bit of the process of how I work. Now, if this was something I was going to be, more professional and use as a cover or something else, I'd put even more detail than I put here. Now, not saying that I didn't do an awesome job or nothing like that. I think this is really a solid piece. I would really think about things in a different manner. So let's say I had a script or a story for a specific Wolverine thing, and yeah, maybe he is in the Savage Land or something like that, or maybe just a jungle somewhere in the United States or in another country. Like if there's more of a backstory behind it, you can kind of come up with something even cooler. But yeah, so I just went with a subtle kind of stoic pose rather than action or something really crazy, because again, it's more of a study and more like just like a quick piece to kind of get out there. Yeah, I hope you guys do dig this though, because he is one of my favorite characters to draw, so that's why I picked Wolverine to do this with. So basically, if you see on the side, I have all these kind of different layers and stuff that's going on. It's essentially the sketch itself. Then I have another layer, not to bother my eyes, because I don't want to just do it on straight white. So I do a gray scale basically, or like a gray background, and I just lower the opacity a little bit so that the line work comes through enough but isn't overpowering. And then I just make another layer and do the inks on top of that. There's one that's unselected because it's another drawing I was kind of messing around with, but you can ignore that if you see that on the side there. But overall, I just kind of want to show you, like, again, a quick breakdown of a bit of the process. Yeah, like I said, he is one of my favorite characters to draw, but as you can see, like what I'm doing with the lasso right now, I'm just kind of doing spot blacks because I'm thinking a little bit about the atmosphere itself. Now, either that could be a moon or it could be a sun, or I didn't make it really specific right now, but a colorist could definitely come up with something with the line work that you put down. So it would kind of sort of probably be a night with the shadows and everything you see here. That's kind of like you're leading the roadmap for a colorist and how they would kind of approach this. So I hope that makes sense to you guys, because it's how you're shadowing, how you're dropping your lines, where they are. And again, you're creating more of an atmosphere. So if that's a sun or a moon in the background, is it super intense? Is it just a little bit? Well, your lines are going to determine that and how you're putting that down here. So if there's stronger values, maybe again, he's further away from that kind of spotlight. Maybe there's something else that is going on that's off screen that we don't know about. These are the things that you kind of have to want to think about when you're working on pieces. Like I said, at this stage, I'm just kind of getting a feel for it and what I sort of want to put down. Because there's some people that have no clue what the hell they're doing whatsoever. It's just like, oh, I just want to draw a cool character, and I'm not really thinking about too much else. You should be thinking about a lot of different things, a lot of different elements. And as you can see here, I'm doing a lot with that lasso tool to just kind of, again, drop in shadows, drop in chunks of things, playing around with design elements a bit. I was even thinking about doing a full piece that just kind of shows you shapes and blacks and those kind of chunks that you want to just kind of get down to show different contrast. That's kind of what I'm doing with like that limb that you see, kind of, you know, that piece of tree that he's standing on. As you can see too in the foreground, what I'm doing there with leaves and foliage and all that sort of thing. If the primary light source is back there in the distance, over that little volcano or, you know, mountain or whatnot, what I'm kind of going for again is to drop the shadows on the opposite side. So even if you do have another light source or something, we think about that, you know, a little bit later on. It's not something super necessary at the moment. You just want to kind of get down certain aspects of it. But like I said, and kind of showing the frame up too. So since it's not a super, you know, it's not an important piece that like it's going to definitely be a cover or anything like that. So I'm just kind of framing it up and playing around. And it's good to do these exercises from time to time. You don't have to make everything super perfect either. Because as you can see, I'm not going, you know, every little detail. But as I'm starting to get in there with more of the actual pen and ink work going on here, or digital pen and ink work, you could see where I start to add a little bit more. And you're thinking about those kind of mid-tones, because that's what a lot of line work is, right? You're trying to break down mid-tones using lots of different lines. So there's other artists who are like masters out of doing that and using that, utilizing those techniques, cross-hatching techniques. Mark Silvestri, he's like, you know, one of the masters at it, hands down. And he can go in any direction, doesn't matter. To the layman, it might look like, if you close up, oh, it's all sloppy. It's not. You pull back, look what he has. Like, he has so much great detail and all that sort of thing. Maybe I'll start breaking down some of my favorite artists too and why I like this stuff. But in the meantime, yeah, you can see what I'm doing right now with the trees to kind of create a little bit more separation and stuff like that. And like I said, mid-tones and values and that sort of thing. So as you can see here with the Wolverine piece, again, I'm dropping down like chunks of black. I'm getting in there with more lines, you know, really kind of thinking about more of the piece and kind of what's going on here and what else I want. Because at this stage, I am starting to think about the background, how the background's gonna, how it correlates to the character in the foreground and all that sort of thing. So again, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I want to start doing some more videos and things of this nature, but also going back to some of like those master classes and, you know, either breaking down more figures or maybe perspective next or something along those lines. Maybe even doing more simple shapes too, to get you to train a little bit more and think more about, could build up a character or an item or an object, or depending on what you're drawing, everything should be like three-dimensional, unless you're just drawing sheets of paper. You know? But even that, if you twist it in the wind, you could give it different, you know, kind of value and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm just being silly there, but yeah, I do hope you guys are enjoying this. Like, seriously, yeah, it's fun to kind of do this sort of thing, but I also, again, want to show you guys a little bit more of the process, how some people work, and this is one of the ways I work. I also do love doing traditional, so don't get me wrong with that. I love regular pen and ink on paper. It's easier for me. I don't have like the crazy setup with the rigs and all this other nonsense. I have, you know, doing it on the computer. I could do like the pre-recorded thing and, you know, give you guys a bit of a time lapse. So, overall, this, I think it took me about an hour to an hour and a half to ink up. So that's not too bad. Some people take a longer time, other people a shorter time. It depends, again, on your skill level and your program that you're working with. Let's be honest, because there are people that they like different things. There's Photoshop, Pro, something or other. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but this is Clip Art Studio. So I like the inking on here. I never really have any weird, you know, skips or anything like that. Everything is very smooth on this. That's why I kind of prefer to use this to do the inking. And as you can see, I'm just kind of dropping down, again, the hairy arms and all that sort of thing. So yeah, overall, that's what you get. I take out the gray tone, obviously, and you can see just the lines themselves, the character, and all that great stuff. So again, lots going on here, playing around. I threw a couple little birds and stuff in the background too, or bats, and whatever. Use your imagination. for a quick study and a quick kind of look at my process. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Remember to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Also, please leave a comment. Let me know. Do you want to see more fan artwork? Do you want to see me working on my comic book? Would you like to see some color stuff? Yeah, give me a heads up. I like to interact with everybody too on this channel. So again, thank you for your support. Until next time.